Kevin, I was.
Mics are live, streaming, and I will start recording here in a second.
Come on, why does this shut down so fast?
All right. We are streaming and recording, and mics are live.
And it is 6 o'clock, so we will call Monday, November 10th, regular board meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Miriam Barbara.
Here.
Bert Richard.
Here.
Nellie Shire.
Here.
Doug Kuchko.
Here.
Lori Zarbach.
Here.
Don Kuski.
Here.
Andrew Coop.
Here.
Phil Hinkle.
Here.
And Kevin Jensen.
Here. And was a proper notice given for this meeting?
Yes, please be advised that public notice of this meeting as required by sections 19.84 and 65.90 of the Wisconsin statutes has been properly given. Such notice consisted of a notice and agenda to the official newspaper, the Rice Lake Chronotype, to the Eau Claire Leader, and to radio stations WJMC and WAQE indicating the date, time, and place of the meeting. Such notice was given more than 24 hours prior to the meeting.
Thank you. It does appear that a proper notice was given for this meeting. We'll now stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We had no one sign up for appearances, so we will move on to the approval of our special session and regular session meeting minutes from Monday, October 27th. I have a motion.
So moved.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes have been approved. Next, we have our consent agenda where we have our monthly budget report and cash reconciliation report, the monthly board bills. We have 3 employment resignations and 2 employment recommendations. And with that, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Motion has been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the consent agenda has been approved. Next, we get to recognize a couple of our own.
I'm scared.
So each year, the Rice Lake Chamber of Commerce recognizes community award winners. And so one of those areas that they recognize someone is innovation in education. And this year, Cindy Worth was recognized for that award. And with that, I'm just going to read, and I know she has a few words as well, but I'm going to read what her nominator wrote. And the person wrote, "I am proud to nominate Cindy Worth, 8th grade teacher at Rice Lake Middle School, for the Rice Lake Chamber Innovation in Education Award. Cindy has taught science and social studies at Rice Lake Middle School for the last 29 years. She exemplifies innovation through her engaging hands-on science curriculum that inspires students to explore, question, and discover. Her ability to make science both exciting and accessible fosters a love of learning that extends well beyond the classroom. Students are not only absorbing content, but also applying critical thinking and problem-solving skills that prepare them for future success. Her innovative teaching methods create a dynamic learning environment where curiosity thrives and students feel empowered to take ownership of their education. Equally remarkable is her extraordinary ability to build strong, meaningful relationships with students. She invests deeply in their personal growth, ensuring each child feels valued and supported. Beyond her classroom, she has dedicated herself to advising the 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C. for the past 18 years, a cherished tradition that instills patriotism and civic pride in our students. I would add adults as well. I had the opportunity to go on that.
That is the most impressive feat right there.
A few years ago. And I would say if someone goes on that trip and doesn't come back with a heightened sense of patriotism and civic pride, there's something wrong. Through this experience, she helps young people connect the history and values that shape our nation, leaving a lasting impact on their character and perspective. Her commitment to both innovative instruction and the holistic development of her students makes her an outstanding candidate for this honor. So Cindy, congratulations.
Honestly, after 29 years of teaching middle school science, I thought I'd seen every surprise this job had to offer. But standing here tonight proves me wonderfully wrong. I am deeply honored, humbled, and excited to stand before you as the recipient of the Innovative Educator of the Year Award. When I first heard that I was being considered for this recognition, I was truly surprised, and it's hard to still find the right words to express how grateful I am. When I look back over these nearly 3 decades, I have been truly blessed to have a career that I truly love. I am lucky to have a job where I guide my students' curiosity while constantly exploring new ways that will hopefully excite my students as they learn through my discussions and hands-on investigations in my 8th grade science classes. And of course, I also add my own excitement and humor to the mix. It's about kinetic energy. Get it? Kinetic energy? I teach pre-physics. Controlled chaos, and that thrilling moment where a concept finally clicks with the students. Did you know that the word science is a noun and a verb? And it must be done with your hands. When I was talking to my homeroom partner, Mr. Adam Beaver, today, this statement really hit me hard. Mr. Adam Beaver said, "Cindy, you teach and reach and care for all students, and that is what makes you so special." I would also like to mention that this is easier to accomplish on a daily basis with the support from my awesome team members. Teaching is never a solo effort, it is a partnership. I've learned so much from my team, and the collaborative environment we have created opens the doors for real innovation. We are always supporting each other, and I have to say that I truly do work with the best team at the middle school. I guess the other ones are going to have to prove me wrong. And it's clear that we all share a commitment to making the Rice Lake Middle School a place where students are engaged, laugh, are challenged, and inspired. I am also truly blessed to work with some of the best administrators in the business. So a big thank you has to go out to my principal, Mr. Josh Tomish, and my assistant principal, Mrs. Lori Leaf, for providing the support that allows for my innovative teaching. Your commitment to fostering an environment where new ideas can thrive are invaluable. I am also fortunate to work alongside such passionate and dedicated professionals where I feel supported every single day in my job. As most of you are aware, I have also been taking a large group of my students on a summer trip to visit Washington, D.C., Gettysburg, and Philadelphia for probably actually 24 years now, but who's counting? And once again, this trip for our students and parents has been truly supported and encouraged by all adults. These students and parents get to experience firsthand these remarkable landmarks. And with Veterans Day tomorrow, it is fitting that I mention some of these places that we're going to visit. Arlington National Cemetery, where 4 students will get to lay the wreath at the Tomb of the Unknowns. The World War II Memorial, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, Korean Memorial, Iwo Jima Memorial, Smithsonian's, United States Capitol, Battlefield Tour at Gettysburg, Independence Hall, and so on. For some of my students, this may be the only time they ever leave the state or ever have such a phenomenal historical experience. And I thank you for encouraging and supporting this educational trip for so many. Teaching middle school students is just one of the most rewarding stages of learning. We're laying the foundation for their future, not just in terms of academic knowledge, but in terms of character, creativity, and confidence. This award isn't just about the work I do in my classroom and on my Washington, D.C. trip, but it's about my entire team coming together to create an environment where innovation, growth, and exploration are valued. Thank you again for this incredible recognition. It truly means the world to me. Thank you again.
the COVID year, did you miss going to DC? Was that the one year you had to
Yes,
miss?
for, I think, 2 years.
Oh, it was
And
2
then
years.
when we were able to open back up, I opened it up to like the sophomores and the freshmen.
Oh, awesome.
And
That's
so
great to
that
hear.
they could go if they wanted to go again. And I tried to provide them with their own bus. So they didn't have to mix with all the
Yeah, the
eighth
young
graders.
kids.
So they have their own bus, but
That's amazing.
yes.
Well done.
And I'd like to add too that I've been on this trip 3 times, which
Did you say
You
those
can
were
go
the hardest
again.
ones?
You could go again.
trust me, I have a girlfriend whose son is going, and I asked, does he need a chaperone? Because I'd love.
Of course you did.
I know I'm not one to sit on a beach and vacation, so I like to go do things like you have everything planned. And I know it sounds daunting to parents out there. They're like, got to sit on a bus for that long and sit with all these kids. It really isn't that bad. And the best thing about it is that you have planned everything. So you get on the bus, they drop you off at the front door. You don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about tickets. You go through whatever it is that you're doing. You come back on, you get on the bus. I love this trip. And we're so fortunate that you're willing to coordinate this for so many years, Cindy. I mean, honestly, it's one of my favorite trips. And whenever somebody asks me, what's your favorite part about the trip? It's always like, well, I love Arlington, but I love the Smithsonian and I love the 9/11 Museum and I love
I think she sells
Gettysburg.
My Pillow too. But doing an infomercial here.
No, really, it is a great trip and I love it. So thank you for doing it.
Thank you. And there are so many things packed into the trip that it's almost like giving the adults a taste, whether it's going to Gettysburg or Philadelphia or the Smithsonian's or laying a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknowns, that they can then go back a second time and spend more time at, the different places that they wanted to spend more time at.
Correct. Yeah. Every time I go, I soak in something new. So
Yes.
Awesome.
Hey, do you want to see the award? I got to bring the award up.
yeah.
That's cute.
Lori, your acceptance speech better be this good.
You need a what? It's not warned of this.
Well deserved.
Perfect. Very well deserved.
That's cool.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good.
That is
And it sits on my
nice.
desk at school with the students.
Congratulations.
Be very
You
proud
don't
of
even
that
want
one.
to use it as a weapon?
Great.
Nice.
We're on TV.
Oh, man. For once, it's not me.
Thank you, Cindy. And yes, definitely well deserved. Another award from that evening, which is well deserved. Lori, come on up. Lori received the award for Citizen of the Year. And here is what her nominator wrote. It is with great pride and admiration that I nominate Lori Zarbach for Citizen of the Year. Lori is the definition of community spirit and service. In her role as director of the Barron County Boys and Girls Club, she already has a profound impact on the lives of our youth, but her contributions extend far beyond her job title. Lori lives a life of service. She not only grows and leads her staff with compassion and vision, but she also uplifts other organizations with the same dedication. Her achievement and involvement span across multiple pillars of our community. Rice Lake Rotary, she's an active member and leader. United Way of Rice Lake, she's an active member and leader. The Community Coalition, dedicated member and leader. The Rice Lake Celebrity Classic, committed contributor and worker. And the Rice Lake Area School District School Board, newly elected member and continuing her advocacy for youth and education. And Lori doesn't seek recognition or accolades. She's not in it for a name on a plaque or a pat on the back. She's in it to make a difference. Whether she's raising funds, packing backpacks, or leading a team with bold ideas, Lori shows up heart first. Her tireless efforts, genuine care, and unwavering commitment to our community make her not only deserving, but truly ideal for Citizen of the Year. So Lori, congratulations.
Right after I was done on Thursday, because I did a heartfelt thank you to the community. I appreciate all the support. I didn't start doing this 20 years ago, obviously, to stand up here and receive an award. I did it because I want a great place for my children to live. And in the process, I want a great place for everyone to live. So all the things I do are because I'm committed to making this a community that's meant for everybody and is engaging for everyone and welcoming to everyone. Again, why I sit on the school board and why I've taken that on. And yeah, you forgot a long list of things that I do. Just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm very honored and humbled. This was not my intent to be able to get an award, and I hope to continue to do the things I do. So thank you.
Just as an FYI, there are a few other awards given that evening. Business of the Year went to Randall Therapeutic Services. Rising Star Achievement Award went to Jody Bunnell. And the Century Award went to the Fred Thomas Resort. So just some information. Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations to both of you for
Very nice.
job well done, and it's exciting that you were able to be recognized for your hard efforts for our community and our students. All right, next we have Rice Lake High School First Term Outstanding Student Achievement Awards.
Good evening. I have the honor to recognize the following students for the First Term Outstanding Student Achievement Awards by the faculty at Rice Lake High School. For art, Michael Sirik, student of Jason and Nan Sirik. In health was Anderson Donzi, student of Kari and Jacob Donzi, and Anna Schiefer, student of Bob and Amy Schiefer. And Eva Schradel, student of Ryan and Leslie Schradel. For business education, Brent Cosiante, student of Billy and Bridget Cosiante. Family consumer science, Lee Sunberg Nitek, student of Joan Geese and Steve Meyer. For language arts, Kyler Waring, student of Paul and Sarah Waring. And Daniel Peters, student of Christina and Joshua Peters. For mathematics, Jason Dennis, student of Brian and Yokia Dennis. Carter Kuchko, student of Shane and Tora Kuchko. For music, Isla Zimmerman, student of Kimberly and Micah Zimmerman. For physical education, Keegan Johnson, student of Ashley and Levi Johnston. In Phoenix, Randall Heft, student of Kelly Heft and Christopher Randall. For science, Sophia Winfield, student of Sarah Branham and Russell Winfield. Social studies, Leah Couture, student of Jason and Melissa Couture. And for world language, Clara Drost, student of Randy and Alicia Drost. For agricultural, James Ellis, student of Katie and Casey Ellis. And for technology education, Caden Walke, student of Brian and Kimberly Walke. Also Zachary Mumpson, student of Andrew Mumpson and Kristen Corbell. And at the Wall program, Melissa Perry, student of Laura Perry. The criteria used for this process include student cooperation, effort and attitude, and the dedication to the individual discipline. Congratulations to these students and their outstanding accomplishments. Thank you.
All right, yes, congratulations to all of our students that were recognized this evening. We will move on to our report section of our agenda, where we'll start off with the proclamation for American Education Week. And whereas the public schools are the backbone of our democracy, providing young people with the tools they need to maintain our nation's precious values of freedom, civility, and equality. And whereas by equipping young Americans with both practical skills and broader intellectual abilities, schools give them hope for and access to a productive future. And whereas education employees work tirelessly to serve our children and our communities with care and professionalism. And whereas schools encourage community, bringing together adults and children, educators and volunteers, business leaders, and elected officials in a common enterprise. Now, therefore, I, Kevin Jensen, serving as the president of the Board of Education, do hereby proclaim November 17th through the 21st as the 104th Annual Observation of American Education Week. And I would entertain a motion to make that proclamation.
So moved.
Motion has been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion, that proclamation has been proclaimed. Next, we have Finance Committee meeting update.
All right. We met on Thursday, November 6th at 3:30. All members were present. Statement of notice was given. Minutes were approved. We had an item for the Lake Desert aerator initiative, and the committee recommended approval of a $250 donation towards the electricity costs for the Lake Desert aerator project. We talked about the Child Care Center architect, and we approved an amendment with LHB Child Care with a contract that we have set up with them for some change orders that have come as a result. We reviewed the 26-27 budget. We talked about building cooling. We approved that LHB contract to complete a study to estimate the cost of what the air conditioning would be if we were to have that at the high school. And we reviewed and approved minutes and set our next meeting date for Thursday, December 4th at 3:30.
Anything anybody wants to add from that committee? If not, any questions? Right, thank you for that update. Next, we have the District Administrator Observation Committee.
That's me. We met November 3rd. All members were present. Obviously, we'd given notice, approved the minutes, and immediately motion to go to closed session for the purpose of discussing the district administrator surveys that you all filled out. Thank you very much. We had a perfect attendance on that. And we did go to close for that purpose. We will be going to close tonight to discuss recommendations. And when we came out of closed in our meeting, no action was taken and we adjourned.
All right, thank you for that update. Next, we'll move into our information section of our agenda. We'll start off with the school drill evaluation at Hilltop.
Yeah, you'll see a couple in your packet, a couple of drill reports from Hilltop Elementary, and just where they were doing general evacuation and then off the playground drills as well. So just as a reminder to listeners, viewers, and you as board members, those are submitted to the Department of Justice every calendar year by the end of the year.
Does anyone have any questions? All right, next, the WASB Public Policy Correspondent Update.
I had one comment on the school drill. Do all the doors have backup key locks or are they all just electronic?
Most of them would have backup key locks as well. Yeah.
That would make sense.
Mhm.
Boxes are all key, so the police and fire have a true key, and that's on the boxes. They're located at the.
So
Okay.
outside the entrance to every building, you'll see a little box mounted to the brick wall, and that's police and fire have access to that, and that has a master key for each building as well.
Okay.
Yep, glad you
Deal.
mentioned that. Thank you.
The WASB update. Perhaps not quite as exciting as usual. The last week there was a public hearing on a few bills in the assembly having some interest in relation to our schools. There was a bill that they just talked about related to making it easier to get vouchers for siblings of students already in the voucher program. They continue discussing overhauling math instruction based sort of on how they did the Act 20 for English. And then they're discussing a bill concerning student discipline and notifying a parent when a student is removed from the classroom. There are a number of other bills that aren't quite as thought-provoking that I'll just skip over. There's an informational hearing on sexual misconduct allegations in public schools. I think I heard Senator Quinn talking about that on the radio this morning. And it seemed to me, I didn't hear all of it, but it seemed to me that the reason for the bill is because there are instances where perhaps it doesn't get reported as promptly as one would think it should or something like that. So there's a informational hearing on a couple of Senate bills related to technical education grants, or one Senate bill, I should say. Currently, the Department of Workforce Development may grant awards for improvement of a tech ed facility or purchase of equipment used in a facility for advanced manufacturing or construction, there must be matching funds. If the district provides matching funds, they have to provide 200% of the grant, 100% only of private funds. Well, the changes that they're proposing are expanding the use of the grant, which may be for new construction of a facility or training in tools.
Yeah. 'Cause
So that might be
We've
something
used
that-
that grant before for some pieces, but yes, that would
But
be in addition.
It appears, yeah, they're going to expand it. And that the match only has to be 100% regardless of the source, and it may be in kind. Say, I don't know, if somebody
Oh,
comes in and
sure.
provides instruction or equipment or whatever.
Mhm.
There's a Senate bill that they're considering concerning certification for teachers where currently they have to take part in a full day, full semester K through 12 classroom. They're proposing that a full day, full-time summer school would also count toward that. And then the Assembly Committee on Ways and Means is considering the state's part in a bill that was passed in that one big beautiful omnibus bill that provided a federal tax credit for qualifying contributions to scholarship granting organizations, but it requires the governor of the state to participate. And this bill would require the governor to participate. Now, I think the most interesting one on its face, the Senate Committee on Transportation and Local Government is discussing a bill that would allow school bus operators who are over 70 years old with medical conditions to perhaps retain their license. Now, it's not as bad as it sounds. They have to do that with, but they have to prove that their medical condition is stable. And they have to recertify every few years, but just on the face of it, it's kind of a interesting headline. So that was an attempt to provide a little dry humor there. So thank you very much for your attention.
All right, well, thank you.
Till 2 weeks from now.
Thank you for that update. Upcoming meeting schedule, we've got a couple webinars, one on November 19th, one on December 17th, on Wednesday at noon. No registration is required for those. And we have the 7 people signed up to go to the convention, January 20th through the 23rd. And I want to thank Colleen for making sure that we got our rooms and got through that headache because they tried something new this year and it failed miserably. And so we were lucky to have rooms. The registration process was done differently than they've ever done before. And we're going to try and get everybody to sign up for the convention first. And then you would get a link to get your hotel rooms to try to register for those. And they overloaded the system at 8:00. And
Colleen always
system
has
crashed.
elevated blood pressure that morning anyways. And so when they instituted a new process that was clearly a fail, her blood pressure was really high.
But she stayed consistent and we appreciate that because we're back in where we're connected to the convention instead of
Okay,
having to be 3 blocks away across the river and all that fun stuff. So thank you for that. All right. Next, we get to hear from our students.
Hello, my name's Porter Corbin. I'm the junior class rep at the high school.
Hi, I'm Mariana Gilbert. I'm also a class of 2027 class representative this year on Porter.
And you make a mean cup of coffee.
This is true. That is true.
She serves me coffee at Caribou every morning.
Oh, okay. Wait, the next.
You got her signed right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Our first event is we have Mamma Mia coming up in a few days. So the middle school will have their private showing, I guess, in tomorrow, I believe.
Mhm.
But November 13th and 14th at 7 p.m. and November 15th and 16th at 2 p.m. in the high school auditorium. The tickets cost $15 for general and $10 for students. They've been practicing for a long time now, since the beginning of September, I believe. So please come and watch.
All right. And I think purchase tickets at the door, I believe. Yep. All right.
All right, so next we'll move into our fall sports recap. So we have I believe 5 sports, as well as mountain biking, which isn't on there, but we did have Quinn Ebner, who is also a junior this year. He won the state for that. Additionally, we have soccer, boys soccer to be specific. They made it through to the sectional game this year and ended up losing in a close game at Somerset on the same night that volleyball hosted sectionals versus St. Croix Falls with a win in 4 sets. So ending the boys season, and then the volleyball team proceeded to play at Altoona versus Wapaka, ended up losing 2-3 in the sectional final game. Close battle there. For football, they won the first 2 rounds of playoffs at home. Or was it 1? 2?
No,
2. Yeah. Okay. They won their first 2 playoff games and then traveled all the way to Wauwatosa, or traveled to Green Bay and played at Notre Dame against Notre Dame. Ended up losing in a close battle, 20-28, ending their season. And I believe it's the sectionals for them as well. Further, we have cross country. As many of you, I'm sure, have seen in the paper, Carter Kuchko ended up taking home the gold at that, which is very exciting for him. He's been working really hard towards that, so it's an exciting way to end his high school career with us. He was the only one that qualified from Rice Lake this year. Then we have girls swim and dive. They hosted the sectionals this past Saturday. And we have the individual qualifiers of Amara King, who's a sophomore this year for diving, as well as Miriam Hutzler, who's a senior, also diving. Alana Kopp, who's a freshman this year, ended up qualifying in her individual sport of the 50 free, as well as Delana Bowen, who's a junior. She took the sectional title in the 500 this year.
Wow.
So they'll be moving on to state, which will be this Friday, I believe, in Waukesha. And then we move into the relays, state qualifiers with the 200 and 400 yard freestyle, consisting of the same 4 people in both of those.
No, there's some other ones. It's Elise Johnson, Ella Newhouse, Alana, and Delana were the 4 for the relays.
Right. I just meant they both are in the same team for both 200 and the 400. So that's our fall sports recap of the fall. And now we move in, I believe girls basketball has tryouts tonight. So that's starting off. I'm sure boys will be starting next week and hockey soon. Then we move into screen time activity. This is a new challenge that we start at the high school this year. We're going to do it for 2 weeks, but you have the chance to win each week, both individually and through your homeroom. We've posted some videos online to show how versus Apple phone, Samsung, whatever, to monitor your screen time through an app. Basically, we're trying to promote less screen time. So the people, we average it out between the top 10, well, least 10 that spent time on their phone, and you average that out per homeroom. And the winning homeroom of the first weekend, as well as the second week, get a party of their choice, sponsored by Warrior Leadership Team. Individually, if you win, you win in your homeroom as the person that spent the least amount of time. Your name goes into a drawing for a $100 Quick Trip gift card. So some incentive there to spend less time on your phones. We also, as well, before the challenge started, posted a video of ways you can be spending your time apart from your phone, apart from the television. So really trying to promote that, especially moving into the winter. It's getting darker earlier. It's a big deal on mental health, and there's countless studies proving like mental health is just better. Productivity is better when you're spending less time on screens, sleeping better, which just boosts so many things. So a big goal with us these next 2 weeks and potentially moving forward to get that habit in there.
Did you guys happen to do a quick, what is the current average screen time to see what the difference will be when you drop? Or are you just
I don't believe we did that. I know like in the apps that do that, you can see past weeks for who knows how long and see that average, but we didn't do a compare and the cash.
It'd be interesting to see how much has dropped and
Yeah,
but I think that's a great program.
Recently, a small group of Warrior Leadership members have been trying small things that make a big difference in the high school. We've been trying to make at least something every single week to help get everyone involved and be happy about coming to school every day. Some things we've done are we did a guess how many Hershey's are in a jar game. That was pretty fun. We've been handing out candy during Halloween, just beanbags in the hallway, and limbo in the hallway too.
Did Mr. Bahoke make it under the?
Limbo expert.
In addition, a few weeks ago, we had our term one assembly, or end of term assembly, where we played a donut game where they tried to eat the donuts off of a string without using their hands. And the fastest member for each homeroom got a party of sorts for their homeroom, which we see two pictures of the freshman and senior homeroom.
Is the beer party the one over there? Or?
I hope not.
Yes, good answer.
I hope not as well.
Root beer.
In addition,
Yeah, I just saw the red Solo cups and it brought back memories.
So in addition, for first term, we've been promoting giving away tickets for good behavior, participating in activity, and we gave away our Warrior Leadership Team TV to through a raffle. So yeah.
So just to talk about a little bit about Halloween, like Porter said, we did give out candy, just a fun little treat for everyone. We also yearly will do dress ups. This year, the teacher's theme was board games or video games. You can see we have the English hallway on your top right. You can see Mr. Seymour, Mrs. Estreen, Ms. Pelly, Ms. Doctor, and Mr. Dahlberg. They also ended up decorating the hallway with golden coins, which was really fun. Lots of people enjoyed it. They also reenacted a little race for everyone in the hallways, which was very enjoyable. The top left, you have our science wing. They were the Hungry Hippos. They also gave us a little show during our 10-minute passing period after first hour of reenacting the game, which was entertaining to say the least. Then we have the bottom left of our history. And then the bottom right is our special education teachers who dress up as Candyland, I believe. So it was fun. It was another thing. Students were to dress up as what they wanted to be in the future, either as a little kid or right now. I don't remember who won as far as students goes, but they got a prize. It was, incentive to have that school spirit. You win something. I believe the English ended up winning for the teachers, which was fun. And then I think that was the week too that we did the Hershey's guessing because it was National Chocolate Day that week. So fitting for Halloween also. More candy, the better. So if you ever want a high schooler to do anything for you, throw candy in their face and they'll get their homework in. So that was our festive Halloween week at the high school.
I think science had won the last couple of years. Were they okay with losing to English?
I don't know. Last year they did Despicable Me last year, I remember, for movies. And I will say, I remember Mr. Zuzik was back there. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it was funny. It's always entertaining. It's fun.
I have to make one other comment. I see the social studies department is all either 6 or 7, and my own daughter has said if I do anything related to 6, 7, I am out of the house. So do not embarrass her, I've been told.
Yeah, they tied in the current meme floating around with the game of dominoes. So it was humorous. The math department ended up dressing up the same, which was fun. So yeah, that's all we have on our agenda to share with you right now, as of now.
Any questions for him?
No, that was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
District Administrator comments.
Yeah, just a few things to add. You maybe would have seen an email I sent this afternoon to families and staff members in the district, just advertising our Veterans Day programs for tomorrow that are open to the public. Rice Lake Middle School at 9:30 tomorrow morning, and Hagen Elementary at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. And Josh, gosh, how many years have you been doing this? You used to go to the Armory at one time, but you've been doing it at the middle school for several years now. And sure. And inviting the public in. It'll be a packed house in the gym. So, and Hagen Elementary as well. Both wonderful celebrations to honor our veterans. Also tomorrow night, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade band and jazz band concerts in the middle school as well at 7 p.m. Students already mentioned Mamma Mia, gonna be a big deal, big hit Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then those American Education Week radio shows the 17th through the 21st. So encourage listeners to tune in to WAQE, WKFX, WJMC, FM, and AM to hear about a wide variety of things happening in the district. Elementary parent-teacher conferences coming up here before Thanksgiving on November 18th and 20th. And as always, please continue to check our social media pages for a great number of things happening.
Any questions? All right. Next, I would entertain a motion to convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.851E, and that's to talk over an individual employee contract, and then 19.851C, and that's the district administrator evaluation that Don talked about. With that, I would entertain a motion to closed.
So moved.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Bert Richard,
Yes.
Nellie Shire,
Yes.
Doug Kuchko,
Yes.
Lori Zarbach,
Yes.
Don Kuski,
Yes.
Andrew Coop,
Yes.
Phil Henkel,
Sure.
Kevin Jensen,
Yes.
and Miriam Vavra.
Yes.
All right.
All right. We are in closed.
Congratulations, you.
See you guys. Go Pack, go. Go Pack.